504249. To hear the cost of this call, press 8 now. To accept this call, press 5 now. This call is subject to monitoring and recording. Do not use three-way or call waiting features during this call. Thank you for using Global Tel-Link.
Hello, Ken Hovind, just checking in.
Good morning, Sunshine. Did you get a chance to go on the Manning Report and the Zilinsky show?
I called the Zilinsky show 4 or 5 times, had a great show, loved it, did not call Manning, tried God's Property Radio, and there's no money on their account, so I pushed 1, and then nobody ever answered, so I'll try again later on. So the only one I actually got done was the Zilinsky show. Great time for an hour.
Oh, good. That's great news. Let me think for 1 second. I'm going to give you let me press pause here.
Well, no problem. I can try Saturday or Sunday. I won't be able to tomorrow, or because we leave here like 5:30 in the morning for court.
Wow, that's early. I've been talking to Jim Searcy. You know who that is, right?
I don't remember. That name rings a bell. Where do I know him from? Or?
He's the friend of the guy who discovered the Noah's Ark, or the archaeologist or something.
Oh, okay, yes, huh?
And, he tells me that 16,000 Muslims come to Christ every single day. And I think he knows what he's talking about, this guy. Anyway, he's sending his love and his support to you, and he's listening to every recording, and he's re-uploading, and he's got a huge audience, and he just wanted you to know that he said he's been working on your case, trying to get some light and noise for 10 years, and he's followed it from the beginning. And he's glad that it's finally got some traction in the media. And he thinks that the case is going well in your favor.
I do too, except they have so many legal tricks they can do now to prevent the jury from hearing the whole truth. I mean, this is not about a fair fight. Not at all about a fair fight. For them, for the government, it's like winning. Nothing else matters but win.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters. Especially with me, for some reason. I'm a lowly high school science teacher who they seem to be threatened. I don't understand why. I never hurt anybody. I'm a nice guy. What did I do to these people? I don't know.
I don't know either. What else did you want to talk about this morning?
No, that's it. I'm just checking in. I did not get to call. I did call the one and had a great time, and the only other ones I have to call now are Denell, which I did call and talk to her twice. Had a great visit.
Oh, good.
I have to call Ivan after 4 o'clock, which I will tonight, and then I have to call God's Property Radio, I guess Saturday or Sunday. Can they do weekend calls?
Yeah.
I'll call it today. I'll try several times today. Evenings are the worst here because everybody wants to get on the phone.
Yeah, I realize that.
And I can do it, but it makes other guys mad when you hog the phone.
No, I don't want you to make anybody mad.
Right. So mornings everybody's sleeping. I call all morning. That's great. And I should have called Manning before 10 and I just now tried, and it did not have money on the account. And God's Property. Manning, I just simply forgot. I got busy witnessing a couple guys in here. They are coming around like bees around a flower. I mean, they're excited about learning about the Bible, and it's just...
This call is from the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office.
Well, that's really...
New dorm, my fourth one.
So when you say you were moved 23 times, does that mean to different jails or to different dorms?
Well, different jails 23 times. So I counted the dorms. Oh, geez, 10 more than that.
Wow.
No, that's different jails. A lot of them are just transfer centers where you're there for 3 days or 5 days or sometimes 18 days. You know, they move you, drop you off, and pick you up and take you somewhere else. And just to get from Pensacola to Edgefield, South Carolina, let's see, we went to Marianna for 10 days, then we went to Tallahassee for some time, then to Atlanta for 40 days, which is the armpit of the prison system, and then over to Jessup, Georgia. To Edgefield, South Carolina. So it took me 4 moves just to get from Pensacola to South Carolina. Then to get from South Carolina to Jessup, we went back to Atlanta in handcuffs and chains, of course, and was there for, 40 or 50 days again. That got to be the worst part of the whole prison system that I've seen. And then from Atlanta to Jessup, Georgia, which was much nicer, like a college dormitory, except for one of the staff members who's an absolute perfect representation of Proverbs chapter 30. There are 4 things the earth cannot stand. One of them is a servant when he reigneth. Some people ought to be flipping hamburgers, and when you give them a badge, it absolutely goes to their head, and they don't know how to handle it. They simply should not be reigning over anybody. They should be serving hamburgers. It seems like some of the government offices love to employ those kind of people. They really ought to be servants. They would make a great cook someplace. But no, they want to tell you what to do. And I have had many of them over me over these last 8 years. And I'm a real believer that Solomon knew what he was talking about in Proverbs chapter 30. 4 things the earth cannot stand. That's one of them. A servant when he reigneth. I've met him.
Yeah, if the prison system was the last job on the planet, I'd rather be unemployed.
Well, Mark Twain, 100 years ago, said, if you want to see the low life of your society, go to your local jail at the changing of the guards.
Yeah, right.
He said, I will say we've had some people here that have been very good, especially the Milton jail here where I'm at. They call it the Milton Hilton, the gentle jail. That's kind of the joke. I mean, there's definitely a couple of morons here too, gee whiz. But as a general rule, they are friendlier here and more user friendly and more likely to be helpful and concerned. We have a couple of really nice ones, really nice guards. They're concerned. I mean, they got a job to do. I understand, but. So this is nice, much nicer than when I was in Pensacola, and I was in Montgomery, Alabama, at the county jail there for 40 days or whatever it was, 30 days. They don't care nothing. They don't care what you do. You can ask them for things, and they may or may not listen. They may or may not get it. You just don't know.
Wow.
So they vary all over the scale. So yeah, I'm going to shut the whole system down. When I become king, we're shutting it all down. Mm-hmm. All of it.
There's been an explosion of television shows and series and seasons of jail life, all different kinds of shows. There's one in Australia. There's one here called Orange is the New Black. Have you heard about that?
No.
It's a woman's jail, and you know how girls like black dresses, but the show is called Orange is the New Black. It was.
I'm wearing bright orange right now. It's funny. They take us down to the courthouse in handcuffs in orange jumpsuits, and then they let us change into normal suits. So we sit there in the trial, dressed up like normal businessmen, suit and tie, and look right. Then as soon as the trial's over each day, we go back in the room and change back into our jumpsuit, put on the handcuffs and the leg irons, and then get back in the back of the truck like a dog kennel, and are hauled back and forth. So Paul and I said, let the jury see what we have to put up with really every day. This is not suit and tie. It is orange jumpsuit.
It's dehumanizing. It's terrible. What do you think about the layout of the courtroom and the court proceedings and the music and all that?
Well, the courtroom, everything is designed to have the government win. Okay? The government sits closest to the jury, so they don't get to see us except way across the room, and it's a huge courtroom, beautiful courtroom. Money is no object, believe me. They play the music when the attorneys go for a meeting with the judge, just so others can't hear what they're saying. I think that's the whole purpose behind it. It's only when there's an attorney conference or something. Look at the statistics. Very few win. That ought to raise red flags with somebody like, hello, is this playing field level? Are these umpires honest? I mean, something is wrong. It's like the Harlem Globetrotters. They win every game. Well, that's because they carry the opposing team with them in the same bus, and it's already planned how they're going to win. Of course you're going to win, the Harlem Globetrotters,
Yeah, there was a book that came out a few years ago about how I think it's called the game is rigged or something, about NFL and how all that's rigged too.
That I don't ever watch any sports, don't care. I couldn't name 5 teams. I'm just simply not interested.
No.
All them grown men in tights out there fighting over that one ball.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I can't stand sports. I think it's the biggest waste of time there is.
Did I tell you about the blonde that her boyfriend took her to her first ever football game?
No, but we'd love to hear some more jokes because people miss your jokes.
You're not blonde, are you?
No, my mom is. She I told you about her. She doesn't like blonde jokes.
Okay, good. Well, if you were blonde, I would tell the joke slowly, that's all. This guy took his girlfriend to their first ever football game, and after the game, he said, honey, how did you like the game? She said, well, I like the big muscles and all that, but I don't understand the 25 cents. He said, what? She said, yeah, at the beginning of the game, they flip this quarter to see who goes first, and for the rest of the game, they're hollering, get the quarterback, hello, it's only 25 cents.
Oh, I get it. I usually don't get jokes, though. I have to tell you that's not my specialty. I'm a much better listener than I am a speaker, and a much better reader than I am a writer. But when it comes to jokes, sometimes I just don't get them. I don't know why. But I get that one.
Well, these three blondes are walking along the beach, and they found this bottle laying in half buried in the sand. So one of them pulled it up and brushed it off, and a genie came out. And the genie said, oh, thank you, I've been in here for 5,000 years. He said, look, I'm going to grant you. He said, well, look, I normally give 3 wishes, but there's 3 of you, so I'll give each of you 1 wish. So the first blonde said, I know what I want. I am sick and tired of people making fun of me for being stupid. I want to be the smartest woman in America. And poof, she was the smartest woman in America. The second blonde said, well, then I want to be the smartest woman in the whole world. And poof, she was the smartest woman in the whole world. And the third blonde said, well, I want to be smarter than both of them put together. And poof, she was a man.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I have
This call is from the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office.
gotten plenty of new jokes in prison, and a lingering cough that won't quit here.
Oh.
You are a blessing. I will call back later this evening, see if there's any news. If anybody wants me to call, please, I'll be glad to. Sorry, I got to call collect, but I'll call anybody.
Okay, that sounds good.
In my case, that's for sure.
All right. Okay, take care. Thanks for calling. Bye.
Okay, all right, bye-bye.
Bye.